You're gonna see me talk about Chapter 2 a lot because it overlaps with every other chapter. Playing through Chapter 3? Alright, but now we're in the middle of this. How about we go back to Chapter 2 and do like 2 sessions worth of Chapter 2 stuff? It's the most important one. Getting right into the business. Trollskull Manor, the place where your players will now be living, is in Trollskull Alley. Go ahead and watch Trollskull Manor. This is the place that the players are going to be living for the majority of this module, if not all of it, because, I mean, there's no other player homes that they can buy, there's no mechanics for that. However, there is mechanics for taxes, which is fucking funny. This module gives players a lot of things to interact with in the street that they live on. So there are stores, there's a library, there's even a private eye, which I'll tell you about. Now let me tell you about these places. First off, there's the Bent Nail, run by a half-elf chill bloke, chaotic good named Tally. I don't need to tell you much about this part that the book doesn't tell you. Probably the main thing is that you should know what specific page to turn to in terms of the equipment that he sells, which is wooden shields and wooden weapons. So they probably won't have too much of a use for Tally, but he might swing around when they're renovating Trollskull Manor and he'll be like, yo, what up? I'm making your table. He's a carpenter. I play him as someone who's very popular and passionate and likes his work. Something that players do gravitate towards is an NPC with a lot of passion. Because, I mean, I've had adventurers even like help an NPC out with something just because they expressed interest in doing it. Which is cool. This guy has no secrets and just wants to help. Next up is the Steam and Steel with 2 badass Genasi who run it. They're a couple, it's kind of cute. And they could probably beat up the party if they wanted, because one of them's a bandit captain and the other one's a priest. And one of them has 3rd level spells and the other one has 65 health and a 3 attack multi-attack. Each of the 2 Genasis have different professions that they both work on. Embrick is the fire Genasi working on weapons, and Abby is the water Genasi working on armor. They're pretty chill and probably on the friendly side. They're both neutral good, I believe. Neutral good, neutral good. They are neutral good. Corellan's Crown. There you go. This is in essence the potion shop. And they sell a few other things as well. Now the potions are super freaking expensive, and the party might not feel like they have a lot of money. Here's a recommendation. During Chapter 2 and any other chapter beyond, encourage the players to use some of the downtime activities mechanics in either Dungeon Master's Guide or Xanathar's Guide to everything. There's a lot of interesting things there, so the players can just carouse, they can do crime, they can gamble, anything that will get them a little bit of money, because this adventure is not generous with giving the party a buttload of money. They'll give them a bunch of cool little things. Not so much in the way of money, until the very end where they get, depending on alliances, around 50,000 gold, which is very cool. The party might get a necklace of fireballs that they don't want to hang on to, or a potion of heroism that they don't intend to use. Most of the people on the street are nice, and Fala, the person who runs this, is no different. They're actually friends with Ziraj, a Zentarim assassin though, and he's not a good guy, and he will kill people for free. Wait, if you're a Zentarim member. The party might stumble across him for a few reasons. Late game, he might show up as someone that they have to kill, or maybe someone that they can assign to murder someone. They might cross his path in the adventure. Now here's my favorite place in the street, Tiger's Eye. The name is very ironic and I love it because it's ran by a Rakshasa. This thing, a tiger fiend person who disguises themselves as a human man named Vincent Trench. He's a hired investigator and a spy, with no specific fixed price, although 50 gold is the average. For the Dungeon Master, you can actually perhaps have an NPC swoop in and ask Vincent Trench to do some spying on the party, or another NPC. Now, Rakshasas are normally lawful evil. I don't think Vincent, or his actual name in here, Valantajar, I don't think Valantajar is evil. He kind of likes Waterdeep and the people there, and he just wants to chill out there and be Vincent Trench. So just let him. The party should never discover his secret, and if they do, the party might want to kill him. And I'd recommend, maybe out of character, saying not to if they're just running this adventure up to 5th level, because Rakshasas are fucking deadly. They have dominate person, and they can curse you to never be able to sleep, and they can charm 1 billion people at once, and they have like at will. This adventure is super friendly to wizards, with a fat-ass library that sells spells to scribe into your spell books. That was a tongue twister. It's owned by Rishal, who's kind of cool, but you know, just wants to get things done. Dragonborn dude. And he is a 9th level spellcaster, and he has kind of cold just ready to go. Well, he's not going to fight, he's not going to do shit. The spells can be scribed onto a spell book for a small cost, or he can scribe them into a spell scroll for you for double the cost of how they are in the book. This is a place that I think should exist in every campaign. Wizards sometimes don't get the best treatment because of how their spellcasting feature works. And finally, a sewer system access, because sure. Cheers for watching the Tea Party of Magic. Next time I do Waterdeep Dragon Heist, I'll tell you about a potential business rival, Emic Froon, and the biggest specifics on running Trollskull Alley as a tavern, because the book heavily encourages the players to do that. If you don't press all of the 3 important buttons and also leave a comment, then I will slap you in the face with my hand or a massive ass tree. Probably my hand, I can't lift a tree. Have you seen my cool ass muscles? Watch the champion video, I tell you how much muscle I have. It's a lot, it's very much a lot. Oh, thanks for watching. I ramble a lot. Dankeschön! Yo, it's a cat! Meow!